Well, Chris, it's finally here. Mizzou basketball is finally back in postseason play. Mizzou played in its first SEC game tonight where they got off to a very hot start against number 3 Tennessee, but Tennessee was able to close it out midway through the first and take that lead all the way through after going on a 24-4 run. Well, with the final practice out of the way before the tournament starts, it is go time for the Tigers, and it's pretty simple at this point. Win and stay in, or lose and go home. Now, the Tigers will be looking for some redemption this year after they lost in the first round last year to Florida Gulf Coast. But this year, they take on 10th seed Drake. Now, the Tigers are on the road this week against number 1 Alabama, but will be back home for homecoming week against Memphis. Well, Matt, I'll tell you this, it was a very hectic day here in Iowa City as there were 2 exciting games. It started off with Iowa playing Mercer, where Iowa got by with a 5-point victory, led by their senior forward, Megan Gustafson, who had 30 points and 16 rebounds. But that's not out of the ordinary, as she's the leading scorer in the nation with 28 points per game. Now, that exciting game led into the Mizzou and Drake game, which was also super exciting as the Tigers pulled off that 1-point victory. Now, Sophie Cunningham led all scorers in that one with 21 points. Now, some of the seniors did get into foul trouble, but that just means some of the younger players and juniors were getting more involved to help get the job done. The Tigers' offense was led by its 3 seniors today, who scored 51 of the team's 77 points.
I'm very proud of our girls. I'm proud of our seniors. I thought they really battled tonight.
In the closing minutes of regulation, Sierra Porter made a key block on Drake forward Sarah Ryan to send it into overtime.
When she got that block, I knew we had it. I really did.
Both Sierra Porter and Sophie Cunningham fouled out with just minutes left in the game.
You would think that, seniors, you're depending on sophomores and juniors to get it done.
With 1 second left in overtime, junior guard Jordan Roundtree was fouled, giving her 3 shots from the line.
I wasn't nervous about it. Just step up and do what you do.
Although she only made 1 of them, the Tigers pulled it off with both Cunningham and Porter on the bench.
But I think our team stepped up. We are 2 very key players, but they stepped up.
I didn't doubt for a second that everyone out on that court was going to pull through.
And the Tigers have just 1 more hurdle to jump to get to Greensboro. Now, the Tigers will play the Hawkeyes right here on Sunday, but we do not know the time yet. But it'll be a tough matchup for Sierra Porter, as she will probably be guarding Megan Gustafson. Reporting live in Iowa City, Jared Austin. Simona Vaughn applied to be a tutor at Mizzou in 2004. She said when she was going through the application process, something didn't feel right about the job, something that she believes would have been committing fraud.
Sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do to make sure the athletes can continue playing.
Simona Vaughn has a story that she's been waiting to tell for 15 years about applying to be a Mizzou tutor.
This was told to all of us. I think there were at least 10 of us in the room.
Vaughn applied, but didn't take the job.
And it was made clear that I might have to do some of the work for them.
But Mizzou Athletics says the exact opposite.
That has never been a practice we've ever had in the athletic department.
Tammy Chivas is in charge of the academic plans for the athletes. She says the tutor accusing Mizzou of cheating, Yolanda Kumar, more than likely acted alone.
I think that was an act that that was between her and the students, and that would just be my belief.
Kumar said the school knew she cheated for the students, and Vaughn chose not to take the job because of that.
Literally felt like I would be committing fraud.
And now, Mizzou is punished for past athlete issues.
It saddens me that they're the ones that are getting the punish of what was done several years ago.
Because obviously we need to make some changes. But like I said before, I don't think punishing is the way to make changes.
The university has not yet appealed the NCAA sanctions, but they will appeal. In the studio, Jared Austin. Every sports team has its diehard fans.
I've been a Chiefs fan pretty much since the day I was born.
For our 24 years, that's kind of been our family thing, is to watch the Chiefs on Sunday.
And we laugh because literally we used to have this big change bowl, and that game, we were like, okay, if we have enough money in our change bowl, we're buying tickets.
Matt has always enjoyed family time at Arrowhead Stadium.
I don't know, there's just something special about being able to go to Chiefs games.
Matt always wanted to be a middle school teacher, but his focus changed right as he started college.
I was a freshman up at Truman and just wasn't feeling great. Came down, went to the doctor, got some tests.
Matt and his family feared the worst, and those fears became a reality.
He was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, a cancer found in the bone marrow.
Nothing can prepare you for, being told you have cancer.
Cancer forced him to put his dream on hold. With extended time in the hospital, the Mays went to the Bible for closure.
Our wall right behind there says, we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, and we've just trusted that.
Philippians 1:21, which is, for me, to live as Christ and to die as gain, which just gave me this overwhelming sense of peace.
Even with death in the back of their minds, his family remained positive.
It's all a gift, right? Whether he lived or died, it was all a gift.
During this stressful time, Matt looked for inspiration in something or someone. He found it in Chief Safety Eric Berry.
The first day he took treatment was the day that Eric Berry signed his long-term contract with the Chiefs. So that was the thing, hey Matt, Eric Berry just signed a long-term contract, and he's like, awesome.
Chief Safety Eric Berry also put his dream on hold as he was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in November of 2014. After undergoing treatment, he was cancer-free in June of 2015.
Looking over at him when Eric Berry came back from his illness this year and got to play, there were just tears streaming down his face.
With his birthday a month away from his original diagnosis, his family knew exactly what to do. They reached out to a friend of a friend in the Chiefs organization, and they gave him a special gift.
Matt, on behalf of the Kansas City Chiefs organization, I would like to wish you happy birthday.
A personal letter from the Chiefs CFO Dan Crum, and his favorite gift of all.
No. Yearbook? No. Mom, it's signed.
They also surprised him with other gifts. Tickets on the floor of the 2018 NFL Draft, the opportunity to hold a cancer flag on the field at halftime, giving thanks to the Chiefs and Eric Berry.
Just that warrior inspiration that he has. It's an honor to have somebody like him for your kid to look up to.
He is such an incredible role model, just on the field and off the field, the way he carries himself. And, I'm just, to be able to see him on the field is just such an incredible feeling.
In Columbia, Jared Austin, KMU8 Sports. Her stardom started just down the road at Rockbridge High School, gaining statewide recognition by helping the Bruins win back-to-back state championships.
They all told me they had faith in me and they believed in me, and that honestly is what got me going.
A highly touted athlete with her choice of almost every school in the nation, she decided to stay at home to play with her big sis at Mizzou.
I know my heart was here at Mizzou.
She hit the ground running right away, winning SEC Freshman of the Year and making her presence known as a tough and tenacious competitor. But nothing seemed to get in her way here. 4 NCAA tournament appearances and breaking the all-time scoring record.
And honestly, it's never been on my mind. I really just go out there and try to get the win for the team, but it is a very cool accolade.
In her final game at Mizzou, she remembers her long playing career here in Columbia.
I mean, I'm going to miss playing here, but I'm going to miss the people. I'm going to miss the people, the relationships that, that I've made here.
Mizzou made its way to Iowa City for her final NCAA tournament, where they would lose to Iowa in the regional finals, making this her final game in a Mizzou uniform.
So it's not the basketball, it's the family that I'm going to miss the most.
As she reflects on her time at Mizzou, she wants to be remembered one way by Mizzou Nation.
Well, I don't want to be normal. I don't want to be average, and I hope people break my records, but I hope it's a crazy fun one.
A legacy she hopes will keep Mizzou basketball on the map. Jared Austin, KMU8 Sports.